Hi everybody, Brent West here. This is video number 2 in my 30 video series in 7 days. I've got until May 5th to finish my 30 videos, and it is April 28th. And this wouldn't be video 2 if the other one didn't cut out because my phone ran out of memory, but I deleted a bunch of stuff and now I should be good for a while anyway. And I'll finish, I'll continue where I left off. I was reading some of Dave Wood's notes, talking about being humble and staying humble, and the importance of being humble in life, but especially with regard to this business, with regard to having, I guess he highlighted some people have a certain amount of success and then they feel like they're somehow special, and then regard themselves differently than they did maybe when they were achieving that success. And I guess this kind of goes with some of the Zen practice that I've done and meditation that I've studied and some Buddhism that I've studied, and that it's important to have a beginner's mind. Often, a lot of times people talk about beginner's mind in Zen and meditation practice, and we can lose that beginner's mind and feel like we have a certain understanding, and that certain understanding makes us special, and that certain understanding also removes us from being able to perceive reality as it is and to be able to take advantage of the situation, and to be able to see what is as it is instead of seeing something that we think we already know and then attributing the characteristics of what we have seen before to what we're seeing now, and which completely blocks us out from being able to see this moment, and to be able to take due course of action appropriately in life. But anyway, some of the things I'm gonna kind of read through here randomly, some of the things that pop out, but things I underlined. Never de-edify somebody, which is, my temptation often is to, in the past I've made a lot of mistakes with regard to criticizing people that I think have behaved poorly, and sort of the problem with de-edifying someone is to not give them a chance to have a way out, or to have a meaningful, to block yourself off from having meaningful conversation with those people in the future. So I underline that, never de-edify somebody, because I've just recently gone through this where I've sort of said some things and regretted it, and in the past, I've been hurt by people badly, and lots of people have, most people have been hurt badly by people, but trying to get to a place where I'm not de-edifying the people that I feel have hurt me. Humility is strength. Be willing to adapt. Be willing to have the attitude and maintain this. And I've always felt this way, that if anybody joins Empower Network in my downline, that I'll do whatever it takes, whatever I can do in my power to help that person succeed and get the most value or benefit they can out of whatever products they choose to buy through the Empower Network system, or if they choose to become an affiliate and get involved in the business side of it. I'll do whatever I can. I bought a ticket to the event in April last year, but then hadn't been involved again until February. And there's events coming up. I'm involved in a play now at Broome Street Theater here in Madison, Wisconsin. Glassel. It's a fun play. We had opening weekend this last weekend, Friday night. I think it was April 25th. Had a sold out house. It was a fun show. Challenging material, both for an actor, but hopefully also for an audience. So we had a review here in the Daily Page, local publication, and I don't know a whole lot about the Daily Page, but they reviewed our play, and we got a pretty good review. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'll talk more about theater more in later videos, but and the reasons I'm involved in theater, got involved in theater in the first place. But it's important to, I think I talked about this already or maybe mentioned it, but I have aim your mind underlined here that David was talking about. It's important to aim your mind and point it in the direction you want to go. I think too many people, and I think Dave mentioned that too many people go through life without having clear intentions and clear goals and directives for their life. And that it's important to set out a course of action each day and take concrete steps to achieve it, and set the course of your sales. Start each day with intention. And here's a question I think Dave would ask somebody, and I think he asked in the call last week, which I wasn't in because I was in rehearsal. Haven't been on calls for a few weeks due to rehearsal. But the question he asked last week and he asked again this week is, if you were your boss, would you fire yourself? And that's a funny question, because oftentimes if you're running your own business, the deadlines aren't set unless you set them. The goals aren't achieved unless you set them and you set out the objectives and you take the steps and you take the consistent action. If you don't put in front of yourself and do the consistent action, then you're just not going to achieve anything as a business owner. And that's, Empower Network, I shouldn't say that it is, solely a business. You can just buy the products and use them for their value, but you have the opportunity, if you want to become an affiliate and have the opportunity to sell the products that you buy to others if you want. And that's something that if you do approach it as a business, you're encouraged to do so with a seriousness, and you'll have more success if you do so in a vigorous manner. Dave Wood said this business is about relationships. It's about people. It's not about sales. It's not about marketing. It's not about that. It's about the relationships. So, consistency is what builds community. So I need to get into the habit of doing the things that I say I'm going to do every single day. I need to, if I'm going to be involved with Empower Network, I don't want to do it half-heartedly. I'm not able to get all in right now just because I don't have the financial resources to do so. But I can do as much as I can right now with regard to getting involved with the weekly calls. 8 o'clock every Monday Central Time. The phone number is 209-255-1040. If you see this video and want to get on calls, I invite you to. And then give me a call, or I guess email is probably the best way to reach me. BrentWest1@gmail.com. And and let me know what you think of it. If you do hear, you see this video and decide to check out Empower Network and listen to one of the calls. I think you can. I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty sure you can call that number anytime and get the recorded last version of the call. And the calls generally go, I think, between 1 hour and 3 hours. I've been on one that's been as long as 3 hours or more. There's certain commitments that if you decide to join an Empower Network, that they suggest that you do every day. You don't have to do them if you don't want to, obviously. But if you're interested in taking it seriously as a business or as a potential career, there's things that they encourage you to do daily. And it's a little difficult for me. Again, I don't have internet at home. I don't have a computer set up here. But I go to the library when I can, and when my hours with work allow, and my hours with my other with my play commitment allow. But anyway, I'll get on to some of the core commitments. Promote the calls, like tell people about the weekly calls that talk about Empower Network and explain a little bit about what it's about. Go to the events. The events are pretty regular. Seems like they've got one coming up in New Orleans, I think, and they've got one coming up that I can go to in I think it's Charlotte in June, and I want to go to that. I haven't bought the ticket yet. I'm trying to get the money together. I feel pathetic sometimes because I need to be doing as much as I can with this, because I really feel like it's a way forward for me, and it's what I want to do with my future time and life right now. Read every day. That's something that they recommend, is read something of value every day. A lot of people will go through and they'll read People magazine, or they'll read something that doesn't increase their value as a human being, doesn't give them something that can make them more effective in some way in their life. Listen to audio every day, and that's I'm reading every day. I'm reading a lot of different things right now, and a lot of different books that I find helpful. I just picked up at the used bookstore, Creating Personal Presence, Look, Talk, Think, and Act Like a Leader. Started reading this book. I bought it a couple days ago. I'm on chapter 3 now. And I really recommend it. It's an interesting book on having to. It talks about speaking before other people. It talks about personal presence when you're speaking, and that's something I'm very interested in. I want to become a better speaker. I joined Toastmasters, I think last month, and I gave my icebreaker speech, my introductory speech to the group, and I posted that on YouTube. I think I posted on my Empower Network channel too. And but I digress. One of the things I have underlined here, and I'm not sure what context Dave Wood said it in, but he said, "You are in the right place." And I think that it's important to realize that even in this situation that I'm in now, or the situations I've been in the past, or whatever situation you might be as you're listening to this, to not run from it, not feel that it needs to be different, accept it for what it is, and move forward, I guess, with conviction and understanding that we don't need anything other than what we've got between our ears, and whatever resources we may have. Our greatest ability in life, our greatest asset, is our resourcefulness, and how we're able to leverage those assets, and how those resources, and how we're able to find other resources outside of the ones that we already have, and to leverage those effectively to get us to where we want to be. So this video is going on 14 minutes now, and I think I'll end it. But I want to thank you for listening. If you've listened through all of this, sorry about my rambling and probably my filler words, my ums. That's why I'm in Toastmasters, to get rid of my ums and other filler words, and I try to communicate more effectively. But I'll be shooting more videos. I'm going to do this 30 video challenge, and maybe I'll do more. I mean, it's at this point I'm feeling like I can probably go a long ways with it. But if you're interested in Empower Network, please send me an email, brentwest1@gmail.com. That's BRENTWEST, the number 1, @gmail.com. And thanks for listening to this, and have a good day.